Hey Vixens, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today we are not on the Brutality series, nor are we on the 𝗵𝗍𝗶𝗀𝗀 server. Today we are back on my first single player save, where it all started. Anyways, so I've been wanting to make informational videos. Obviously, if you do watch my channel, informational videos like this are not what I usually do, and they're not going to be something I usually do. They're going to be something I do every once in a while, but it's nothing that you should expect much from the channel. Just expect them every once in a while, like I said. This series is going to be called VIPS, as you can see already by the intro. VIPS basically just means tips with Vix, essentially. I just like to add a little, twist to it, what I mean. By the title of this video, you already know what I am here to show you guys today. So I am trying to show you guys how to make creatures look mutated with potent dust, aka dyed potent dust. Before we do get into that, if you are new here, be sure to like this video. You know it doesn't cost a thing. Comment down below and subscribe if you're new or haven't already. We are on the road to 500 Vixens. All of my social medias are linked down in the description down below, so if you have any questions, you want to hit me up about something, you could do so with the links down below. So I will shut up and get you guys into the video. Let's get started. Alrighty, so we are going to be using a Giga for the first creature that we test this on. Well, not test this, but I showcase this on. I leveled up its food and its weight, so we wouldn't have to deal with it, starving to death, and us having to wait for it to grow for us to even put anything inside the inventory. Yeah. First thing you are going to need, step one, I should say. You are going to need potent dust. I don't know if that was already obvious, by the title of this video and the thumbnail, you should already know, but some things they don't click for some people, so I just gotta say it again. Potent dust, that is what you're going to need. Second thing you're going to need dye. So it doesn't matter what dye you use, it can be any color, but for today's video, I chose purple, royal purple to be specific, and I chose magenta. She was dyed with the same method that I'm going to be showing you guys today. So the first thing you want to do, as you can see, her body is cyan. The body, I'm pretty sure, I'm not really, let's just really check really quickly. Okay, yeah, so the body is the first region that gets dyed first. So yeah, this is a thing that you're going to need to remember. Listen to me closely. Listen. I don't know, I cut out a lot. Basically, what you're going to need in order to create this color scheme is you're going to need to use the blue. If we're talking about Aqua's color scheme, which is the Giga that is right in front of me, you are going to need blue. You see her region up there, how the region is kind of like that back region, including the belly, which ends up being blue. That is what you're going to have to spam the dust with first. So after you've used about 40, 30, a little bit, maybe over 20, 40, it's usually the amount of dust you're usually going to need is around 20 to 40 dust, maybe sometimes 50. You're not usually going to need that much, but in between 20 to 40 dust is how much you're going to need on average, depending on the creature and how vibrant you want the colors to be. You're going to need to spam that, and here's the easy part. Once you've pretty much got the creature very vibrant, because sometimes, depending on the color scheme you use, also remember this, not every color scheme is going to work. Trust me. It technically will work, but it won't look good. You know what I mean? I can show some examples of some creatures I have done this with, and I have some color schemes that I have mixed, and I will put that here. So yeah, some color schemes will work on certain creatures, but it's not going to be every creature. Just remember that. Once you do that, all you have to do for the cyan part of her, you would just have to put one cyan, like you would have to drag one dye to the dust, and that's it. It's achieved. So let's do that on the baby Giga. So as you can see, I already put one magenta dye, and as you can see, the first part to get colored was the body. So drag the purple onto the dust. It doesn't look that different right now. It's just because of the colors I chose, but Basically, drag, you see this back part, this back region right here. Remember that. That is what you want to change. And you want, because usually the region that doesn't get changed first usually is very like hard. It's usually a very permanent kind of thing. It takes a little bit more to change that color. Therefore, that's why you need so much dye or dust, whatever you want to say. So yeah, I'm going to get this Giga pretty much. Oh, let me just show you guys really quickly how she looks. So I'm gonna get this Giga pretty dyed out, and I will bring you guys back in a second. And there's also a he, not a she.
6.5 hours later.
Alright, so we are back, and the Giga is pretty much completely dyed out, and it only took me about 20 dye. Like I said, it usually sometimes can take from 20 to 40 dye depending on the creature. Usually 20 something is usually the most you're going to use. Alright, so we're going to finally make this pink. Since these are pretty similar colors, it may not look exactly different. And here's another thing before I do this, just a warning really quickly. Warning, sometimes the colors aren't going to all around mesh well, and sometimes it can look a little weird. So basically the light color may look a little bit dark just because of it interfering, just being a little bit overshadowed by the dark color. So that's if you're using light and dark colors. By the way, light and dark work best. So if we're talking about the color that you have to use first, the best thing is to go with a light color. I don't know, it really just depends on the creature. That's what I'm going to be showing you, my guy. I'm going to be showing you guys what I usually, the opposite of this, because that's usually what I do on the Griffins. I usually do the light first and then I do the dark. On Gigas, I usually do the dark first and then the light. See, that doesn't look insanely different. That doesn't look insanely purple, and maybe because I use the dark purple. But as you can see, that is very much royal purple, and it is pretty much combined. As obviously, if it was completely pink, it would not be that dark. But it's not the best looking, and that's really just because of the colors I use. But it worked nonetheless, and it does work, obviously. So yeah, I think I'm gonna show you guys really quickly on the Griffin, and yeah.
A few moments later.
Alrighty, so we have the Griffin in front of me. I think I showed you guys this creature already when I was showing you examples of creatures I did this dyeing method with. But I'm just gonna briefly go over him just once again. Not once again, but like I'm just gonna go over him like how I did the Giga. So yeah, with the Griffin, this is kind of the opposite of the Giga. Basically, well, not really. It's just if you want to do the butt is the back region for the Giga. Like essentially, there's always the one region that is going to take the longest to dye, and there's always the region that's going to instantly dye. So this also, by the way, I think this can work with 3 regions, but it will look a little bit weird. But if you are like fine with kind of colors looking a little bit mushy, I'd say, then you go for it. You know what I mean? I don't care. I'm not gonna stop you, love. But for the most part, if you really want to get a good result, 2 region in this method is usually the best way to go. So yeah, for the Griffins, the first region that gets dyed first is the wings. So what we'll have to do is basically whatever color you are going to make the butt is the color that you need to use the most with the dust. So in this case, the colors I chose for the Griffin is sky blue and navy blue. I wanted to make the butt sky blue, and I wanted to make the wings navy blue. So let me do the first initial dye. As you can see, the wings turn sky blue. So I'm going to bring you guys back once I have fully made this sky blue.
2,000 years later.
Alright, so we are back with the Griffin fully dyed. This time I used 40 dust. Now, here's why. It pretty much was pretty good at 20, but I felt like it was a little bit still pale. I obviously know it's sky blue. It's not gonna look that vibrant, but I tried a little bit more and went to 30, and then I got carried away and went to 40. So here we are. Anyways, so I am going to use the navy blue dye now and see how this looks. So, example. That obviously, that doesn't look bad. That still looks pretty cool if you really think about it. But as you can see, that's not the same color as it was before, so it's going to change sometimes. It's not going to look exactly the same, especially if you use such a dark color with a light color. There's going to be a little bit of a difference in overpowering within the whole mixing of the two. But for the most part, if you use pretty similar colors, it's going to end up looking really nice. So yeah, I think I am going to end the video here. So it looks like we have made it all the way to the end of this video. So if you did find this video to be helpful, or you made it all the way to the end, just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I am glad to be to your service. Even if you did find it useless, that's fine. Share with a friend, maybe they don't know and this video can help them. So yeah, if you did enjoy this video at any moment, be sure to like this video, comments down below. If you have any questions, I will be answering everybody's questions, so feel free to ask, and subscribe if you're new or you haven't already. We are on the road to 500 vixens. All of my social medias are linked down in the description down below, so if you want to follow me or you want to hit me up about something, you could do so with the links down below. So as always, love you all, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.